Cops are supposed to protect us, but what happens when they find themselves on the wrong side of the law?
No, you aren't!
Here are the stories of 3 cops who crossed ethical boundaries. On July 15, 2018, Montre and his friend were pulled over by the police. The stop started out innocently enough.
How do you start it?
What do you mean? I just put my foot on the brake and I put it in drive.
But quickly transformed into a perfect example of how some cops try to manipulate you into a false confession through corruption and, in this case, racism. Asking Montre how to start the car hinted that the officer was looking for any sign of impairment. Montre kept his cool, but the officer wasn't satisfied and decided to take things further.
You guys just came from over at the park, right? They give you a key fob or something, or?
He tricks Montre into handing over his keys, falsely claims he smelled marijuana in the car, and suggests the passenger may have a weapon.
It smells like marijuana in the car. Your buddy's giving me the idea that maybe he's got a gun.
These are often used as excuses to search a vehicle without consent, bypassing the owner's rights. Everything the cop does and says fits the shady playbook. Montre, who's at the center of this ordeal, is dealing with a serious situation, but the cop's approach is anything but serious. The cop also mentions Montre's racing heart and apparent nervousness.
I mean, your heart is thumping, dude, like you're beating.
This is an all too familiar observation that often serves as a pretext for detaining innocent civilians. Remember the case of Marion Humphrey. His truck was searched simply because he seemed nervous. It's an easy way for cops to establish probable cause. As the search of Montre's car turns up nothing illegal, the cop keeps him in the back of the patrol vehicle. Here's where things take a more shady turn. Montre, understandably frustrated, tries to reason with the cop. He questions why he was pulled over in the first place, especially when there was no broken taillight or any apparent wrongdoing.
Yeah, everything you asked me to, officer. You thought there was a weapon. There's no weapon. We wasn't doing anything wrong, officer. I'm not sure why you pulled me over. At your rental, everything is fine. There was no broken taillight or nothing, officer. I did nothing wrong with you.
The cop then brings up the alleged smell of marijuana, a claim Montre disputes, leading to a tense exchange.
Did I make anything up when I said the car smelled like marijuana?
Yeah, a little bit. Hold
on.
Because there was nobody smoking in the car.
Is there marijuana shake on the floor of the car?
Officer, that was cigarette ash, okay? You didn't find no marijuana.
I'm not charging you with marijuana. But here's what. If you want me to be real with you, like I want you to be real with me for a second.
The cop uses aggressive tactics to back Montre into a corner, attempting to make him doubt his own version of events. He threatens to write tickets and take the matter to court, pitting Montre against the world.
Like, did I make that up?
I believe so, officer.
Okay, so you want me to just write you the ticket for the stuff that I have to write you tickets for? If you think that I'm lying, like, then we'll go to court and we'll talk about it then.
Okay.
Or do you want to just be real with me and I'll be real with you?
Wow, officer.
It's important to remember that cops can use deceptive tactics to extract confessions, and Montre faces a tough decision. Thankfully, Montre stands his ground and maintains his innocence. He is reluctantly let go, but the battle isn't over. Montre sues the city and eventually reaches a settlement of $75,000 for an unlawful traffic stop and warrantless search. The cop is removed from patrol duty, but disturbingly, not fired, despite the blatant corruption caught on camera. If you thought the previous case was unbelievable, get ready for the next one involving 2 California police officers who basically abducted a man while he was simply enjoying his lunch in his own car.
What's going on?
You live around here?
Hey, don't touch.
Relax, bro. Relax. Hey, you match the description of somebody, okay, that just committed a burglary in the area. Okay, you're on camera, so don't step out of the car.
Is your body cam on?
It's on.
Yes,
it's on.
Step on out, dude.
We'll explain everything to you, okay? Just step out of the car. Step out of the car.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
You're being detained for a burglary investigation, okay, sir? So step out.
No.
Do you live in the area?
I'm not answering any questions. I want my lawyer.
Okay. Step out of the car. You're being detained right now. All right? Step out of the car.
In this shocking incident, the man is detained without solid justification, merely matching a vague description. The situation escalates quickly, revealing a blatant abuse of power. Jamal takes a stand right from the beginning, telling the cops he won't answer any questions without his lawyer present. But things take a sharp turn because, according to the cops, Jamal fits the description of a suspect. The only problem? The description was incredibly vague, a black male in his early 20s, possibly wearing all black with a red t-shirt underneath. Jamal, on the other hand, is a 40-year-old man wearing a red hoodie and gray sweatpants. Unfortunately, it's challenging to hold the cops accountable for detaining someone who doesn't precisely match the description. They can simply claim they thought he did. It's a flawed system, and it's about to get even more disturbing. Jamal, aware of the importance of documenting the encounter, tries to record it for his own safety. But the situation escalates quickly. The cop claims Jamal is being aggressive, even though he's complying.
Sir.
Step on out, dude.
You're on camera, dude, so don't do anything dumb, okay?
Hold on. I'm gonna get this on camera.
Go ahead, you can record. Step out of the car, please.
He's being aggressive.
Hey,
Stop resisting, dude.
Stop resisting.
I'm just...
Why are you... What? No, man.
Okay. Get out of the car.
Call your supervisor. 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 Stop, dude. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. I'm gonna chase you, dude. Call your supervisor. Get out of the car. Call your supervisor. Yeah, call your supervisor. I got Give me your hand. I don't give you consent to touch me. Don't reach. I don't give you consent to touch me. Don't reach. I don't give you consent. Handcuff.
What follows is a disturbing display of excessive force and aggression from the officers. Frustration mounts as Jamal, initially cooperative, faces unwarranted aggression. The cop threatens to use a taser, even though Jamal poses no actual threat. Jamal is handcuffed and forced to face down on the pavement while multiple patrol vehicles arrive at the scene. All this for a man who was merely enjoying his lunch. It's a troubling display of excessive force and overreaction. At this point, a large number of cops had gathered at the scene.
If we take these off, are you going to cause a problem? Are you going to kick any windows out, anything like that?
I don't answer questions.
You can leave them on then, that's fine.
That's fine.
Which one do you want to stand them up and get into a car? Just leave them here until fire sees them real quick, make it easy. He doesn't want to walk, and he doesn't want to answer questions, and we'll just leave him there. All right, cool.
Is your first name Jamal? That's who the car is.
I don't give you consent to go in my car and check my car. I don't give you consent to check my car. You're violating my Fourth Amendment constitutional right.
So I think we can move forward and try at least get her in the back seat. Yeah, that's fine. What's your name, guys?
Now, why are you guys kidnapping me?
I can't talk to you until you help me out.
Tell me, why am I being kidnapped?
Once they move you, we'll figure that out. I'll let you know. Okay. Find a car and put it in there. Okay. We'll talk when he gets here.
And Jamal was fully restrained with both handcuffs and leg wraps. It's crucial to note that he had already been cleared of any suspicion as the initial suspect. Nevertheless, he was placed in the patrol car, completely restrained in the back seat. It's worth mentioning that the police had the means to discreetly identify and clear Jamal by running his license plates before approaching him. The most troubling aspect of this ordeal is that, despite all the facts, Jamal wasn't released. While the burglary charge was dropped, he was instead charged with a felony for resisting arrest and subsequently taken to jail.
Match the description of somebody, okay, that just committed a burglary in the area.
Sometime later, Jamal filed a formal complaint with the LA Sheriff's Department. However, systemic corruption became apparent as they were permitted to carry out an internal investigation into their own actions. As anticipated, no evidence of wrongdoing was uncovered. Months down the line, Jamal filed a civil rights lawsuit against the arresting officers, but the outcome unfortunately follows the same pattern. An investigation by a police lieutenant concluded that Jamal's actions had turned the interaction confrontational, and the arresting officers were deemed courteous throughout the entire event. Despite the eventual dropping of Jamal's charges, no charges were brought against the officers involved. Next up, we have a shocking incident that went down on March 13, 2018. Officer Kyle Erickson and his partner pulled over Jason Serrano and his friend for a seemingly harmless broken taillight.
Car smells like marijuana, so we're gonna check it, all right?
Okay, and then what?
Then that's it. Then I gotta make sure everything's good with your end. Just get the taillight fixed. If there's nothing in the car, you'll be good to go, all right?
But little did they know, this routine stop was about to take a dark twist. As the cops approached the vehicle, they claimed to smell marijuana, using it as probable cause to initiate a search. You see, smelling weed on the property can technically grant them this right, and corrupt cops often exploit this loophole to bypass consent and launch an unauthorized search. It's their sneaky way in.
We need to check the car, so I need you to hop out.
All right, I'm getting out.
Okay.
Relax. I don't have nothing for you. I can barely move, man.
Hang out with me.
There's nothing in me. I don't have nothing in my jacket. I'm not.
Okay, well, he's gonna check it.
I don't have nothing in. No.
Relax.
No, I don't need to be.
This situation is about to escalate for no reason.
No, because I didn't do nothing.
It was in the car.
No, this is on me. It's my possession. Come on.
Relax.
Relax. Put that jacket down right now.
Put the jacket down. Cuff him up.
Jason pleads his innocence, but the officers aren't having it. He's forcibly taken down, handcuffed, and left in visible pain. It takes nearly 20 minutes for an ambulance to arrive, making it clear that excessive force was unjustly used. Now here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. The officers begin to realize the gravity of their actions. If the car turns up empty, they've just violated Jason's rights and used excessive force on an innocent civilian. But if they find something incriminating, well, that's their ticket out of trouble.
Alright, I'm searching the rest of the car. Actually, I'll let you check. Here. There's my flashlight. I'll stay with him.
As they search the car, the tension rises. They find nothing, and panic starts to creep in. The stakes are high, their careers are on the line, and they're desperate.
She has a proper documentation for the plates. Temporary registration is valid. Just ran her permit only. He doesn't have a driver's license. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And just seeing if my partner found anything yet.
See nothing.
Nothing?
But desperation leads to dark deeds. Frustrated with their lack of evidence, one of the officers decides to plant a small amount of marijuana in the cup holder, right under their camera's watchful eye.
Nothing.
2 minutes out.
Sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of weed.
It's as if they're certain they'll get away with it, and this might not be their first rodeo. In the blink of an eye, these cops have manufactured a case against Jason.
You good? Yeah. Good? Yeah.
They smelled marijuana, took him down, searched the car, and miraculously found evidence. But the real question is, how many times have they done this before? Jason was accused of having marijuana, resisting arrest, and obstructing governmental administration. It took more than 2 years for the body camera video to come out, and only then were Jason's charges dismissed. However, no charges were brought against the police officers, raising a crucial question. What else might be hidden in these camera recordings? The graduate was confronted by 2 officers demanding his ID.
We see some ID.
No, what for?
I just asked you.
What's your probable cause to ask me for ID?
It does not have a handicap placard.
Read the plate, man. You don't even know what you're talking about. DV, that's disabled veteran plate. We can park in handicapped spots.
Let me see some ID, please.
Despite being Police Academy certified and wearing full gear, including his duty belt with a loaded weapon, the officers were skeptical. So he challenged them to verify his credentials through TCOL, an agency keeping tabs on Texas police officers.
Hey,
Run it.
Run him.
Run it. Call T-Cole. You have no justification of probable cause to run up on me. Yeah. Why? You detaining me?
I don't want you to get hit by a car.
No. Then my question is, are you detaining me?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so then don't tell me where to go. He's not too smart because first of all, even you know, if I have disabled veteran plate, I can park in a handicapped spot. Even you know that. No, they didn't just change that. It's been that way.
The issue at hand? Parking in a handicapped spot without displaying a permit. But here's where it gets interesting. You see the graduate's car sports a disabled veteran plate, a special license given to those who've made significant sacrifices while serving in the military. Having this plate grants you the right to park in handicapped spots without the need for an additional permit. It's common knowledge across America, even among cops. However, these particular officers seem to have conveniently forgotten this fact.
He just saw this, and he saw this, and he wanted to make a problem. That's your reputation there, Joshua. Come on, man. Yes, it is. How many black officers you got? One.
Yeah, we don't have one right now.
One, right, one.
Yeah,
I know. And you barely let him in.
The graduate suspects that these officers had ulterior motives. They saw his car, they saw him, and they wanted to stir up trouble. And who can blame him for thinking that way? The department had minimal black representation, and the odds of such a simple misunderstanding escalating so quickly are concerning. Despite being in the right, the graduate is stopped, and the officers demand his ID. What's even more baffling is that one of these officers is a seasoned police captain with years of experience. Yet, they still choose to ignore the disabled veteran plate. As the encounter nears its end, the graduate takes a stand.
You know, you're feeling small now, aren't you?
No, not a bit.
You shouldn't run up on people. You have no probable cause. If you wanted to follow me and run my plate, you could have done that.
Talk to anybody?
No, well, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to talk to you. That's right. I already told you that. Waste my time and you. You're supposed to be a captain, and you don't know the disabled plates have a right to park in a parking spot. And you violating people's rights, running up on them without probable cause. I'm in a uniform doing the same thing for you for free.
Alan Eddings, who was the captain.
So what? I don't care what he thinks. I'm a graduate and I have T-code certification. I have T-code certification. Yes, I do. That's what you checked it. Says who? My certification doesn't say expired. You want it to be expired because you see brown skin. So take a walk. Walk of shame, Captain. Don't ever you run up on me again. Do you understand? And learn the law, and you better have probable cause before you run up on somebody in uniform. You don't have no reasonable suspicion because I'm on the same side as you.
No, you aren't.
I'm a graduate of the police academy, okay? Just like you years ago. You probably couldn't even pass the test. Right now, you go.
He calls out the officers for their baseless actions, their ignorance of the law, and their violation of his rights. Imagine this. A police captain involved in a brawl with another uniformed officer. Not a good look, especially considering the captain's prior actions of racial profiling. And it all unfolded because the graduate was filming the encounter himself. This video evidence would change everything. He managed to bring the matter to the city manager's attention, and on that very same afternoon, it became evident that the captain was no longer part of the police department. However, it's disheartening to note that instances where police officers face consequences for their actions are exceedingly rare.